Did your parents grill when you were younger?
Oh yeah. Well, my dad did. And actually, he was not a purist. He would use the little charcoal briquettes that had fire starter in them, and then he had this big thing of lighter fluid, and it was like a round barbecue grill, and he would put the coal on, and he would like cover it with lighter fluid, and then he would throw a match, and of course it would go up like, and then periodically he would add more lighter fluid, just like stand back with this stream of lighter fluid, just like arcing into the fire, and like, explosions of fire.
What was it like growing up in Texas?
Hot and flat. There was nothing to do. What else? Oh, there were some really amazing Mexican restaurants in the sort of used car district. There was one on Ross Avenue, which one time some friends of mine went there after, I don't know, being at punk clubs all night, and there was Neil Young's, like, his whole entourage and his van or whatever, his bus, parked outside, and they were having huevos rancheros like we were. I grew up in the suburbs, which were just a complete wasteland. There was land awaiting development, and there were houses that had just been built like ours, and there have been houses that have been built, maybe 5-10 years before. Again, everything was flat. There was a creek that I used to play in a lot, and ultimately, the development encroached right on that. There was a field in back of where we lived, and there were cows that grazed there for a while, and then one year there were sunflowers that were just really huge, an entire field of sunflowers that were like so high you could get lost in them. And then they went away, and that was that. And then one year I went home to visit my folks, and the whole thing had been developed. There were houses, no more cows, no more sunflowers, and everything was just, highways. All the roads were very wide. There was nothing to go to. In my school, I don't know how many kids there were. There must have been 3,000 kids in there. I maybe knew of like 5 or 6 black kids at all. Hardly anybody who wasn't either black or white. Maybe there were some Hispanic kids. Everybody was very assimilated. All the Jewish kids were completely assimilated. You would have no idea they were Jewish. So everybody was sort of expected to conform to the same sort of norm. And if you didn't, there really wasn't a place for you.
Did you conform?
Not really. I mean, I wasn't. I didn't do a good job of it. I don't think I was trying that hard, but on some level, I'm sure I was. But it just didn't work. I didn't get to leave Texas until I went to grad school. And when I did, I went to Philadelphia, and it was really different there. First thing that happened when I got there was that some guys that were in the apartment complex that I had gotten an apartment in, I didn't know them, but they just came out and said, "Do you need help?" And they just moved my little U-Haul full of stuff into my basement apartment. And that was that. It was like, have a good day, and they were just so nice. And I couldn't imagine anything like that. Before, they didn't want anything. They were just being nice. It was like a very liberating thing, to get to this place where people were friendly, you could walk everywhere, and it wasn't 112.